Hello and welcome. My name is Carmine Gibaldi. I'm the president of the Teachers College, Columbia University Alumni Association. Like yourselves, I'm a graduate of Teachers College, graduated with a doctoral degree from the Department of Higher Education, as well as a master's degree in industrial organizational psychology. I'm fortunate enough to be here today with Rosella Garcia.
Hi, thanks so much, Carmine. I'm so glad to be here with you. Thank you all for joining us at Academic Festival and for our very first virtual Alumni Town Hall. This was an idea that Carmine brought to us, and we think it's a great idea and one that we hope will become a tradition here for our Teachers College alumni. I'm the Senior Director of Alumni Relations at Teachers College. As Carmine mentioned, my name is Rosella Garcia, and I'm also a proud graduate of TC. I earned my degree in 2020 in the CMLTD Communication and Education program.
Great. Now, as you may already know, we're going to be dedicating this next hour or two, that's Rosella and I, to focusing on you, us, the alumni community. We're going to begin by sharing an overview of the current alumni benefits and resources provided to you, again, to us here at Teachers College. If you have any questions about alumni benefits, certainly please be sure to use that Q&A tab here, and we'll certainly be answering your questions following our presentation. So we look forward to those questions as well.
Well, so before we begin, I just wanted to take a quick moment to sort of acknowledge where we are in this day and age, right? Like we've called this year's theme, Advancing Social Justice in a Post-Pandemic World, knowing that we're very much in the pandemic world right now. We are still living and coping with COVID-19. And we know that in addition to the health effects that it's had on our communities, near and far all around the world, it has also brought a whole other host of issues, things that we've been living with in this long-term experience, right? So there's personal loss, there's isolation, there's stress, there's anxiety. And, some of us have experienced financial hardship, job loss, adjusting to working from home. There have been other issues of food insecurity. And we know that this has not been an easy time for anyone. So we just kind of wanted to acknowledge that. We see you as a community. We stand with you. We're part of the same struggles. And we just wanted to acknowledge that we're in this spot and give you a forum to share with, in a safe space with your fellow TC community. So there is a link that you can find in the chat and also on our session page here that is a COVID-19 forum that we invite you to share your experiences and support for one another as a community. So, there have been some good things that have come from this sort of shift to an online world. And I know that we are experiencing Zoom fatigue, and there are many of us that have had instability with our internet access, and some that haven't had access at all, As you heard in our Distinguished Alumni Award video, Chin Chung Sai coined the term online learning refugees, right? So there's some of us that have been completely isolated, but we do want to give space to that. And we also want to acknowledge that the internet has been a source of bringing the community together. We're all here virtually, so we'll continue to use the resources to the best that we can and move forward. But please share your experiences here with us.
Thanks, Rosella. So again, I hope that today is going to give all of you provide you with some insights into the ways, the types, I should say, of programs and resources that have certainly become maybe even more important to you at this point in time. Again, our members of our alumni community. Again, I am one of you, as well as Rosella is. So TC, again, offers many benefits for us, the alumni, and we'll be sharing an overview, as you'll see with the number of slides provided and information provided, of useful resources and ways to connect with all of you here today.
Thank you so much. And I would say that the one of our most utilized and obviously the obvious thing here is our alumni events. Alumni Relations provides a full calendar of events that are lifelong learning opportunities, content-rich offerings, and they're available to the whole community, including current students, including your colleagues. So if you want to share the things that we're offering at Teachers College. We hope that you're doing so with your network of connected folks that'll, help to spread the expertise of our TC alumni who are presenting, the faculty, the students, the staff. And we also promote all of the other events that are open and available to alumni across campus as well. So I would say that we hope you're taking advantage of these opportunities, not only to, sharpen your skills, learn something new, but also to connect with fellow alumni. And I hope you're taking advantage of the one-to-one networking feature that is offered through our academic festival experience this year. Don't forget, you can actually enhance that experience and make yourself sort of visible to people that are in the same career or line of work that you are, by making sure that you have tags associated with your profile. So we encourage you to do that throughout the end of the weekend. Like festival, all of our events are virtual this year, and at the moment remain so for the planning, planning for the spring ahead. That could change, but at the moment we're operating with a virtual event model in mind for the year. And just as a reminder, if you've missed any of our really great topics, we have brought to you some of the sort of greatest hits, if you will, in our on-demand content section here at Festival, but we maintain an ongoing archive of all of our alumni webinars and events. So I hope you come back and take the opportunity to revisit some of those lessons that are provided here. And of course, I think, one of the most important things that we're looking forward to today is hoping to get feedback from the audience. We have a post-event survey after every event, including festival, and we're always open to suggestions. So if you know of a speaker or a topic or a theme that you would like to see at an upcoming event, please share that with us. And I would just remind the group that the best and easiest way to stay informed about upcoming events is to follow us on social media, to check in with us online. We also send out a Tuesday email to alumni. So if you're not receiving that events digest on Tuesdays, check in with us. We're putting our alumni email up on the chat box, and also you'll see it throughout the presentation. And of course, it's really important to also maintain a mailing address on file with us. It might not seem so obvious, especially because, to be a little more conscious of the, of our green efforts, we don't send out many mailed invitations anymore. But by having an accurate address on file, we can invite you to future regional events when we get those up and running again. So make sure that you keep that up to date as well. All right,
Great.
Carmine,
Thanks,
tell us
Rosella.
about our other big resources here.
So as you know, that some of our most valuable and useful offerings, the alumni, are the various career resources available, right? So many of us post TC, as we might think of it, although we're always connected, have to do with our careers as we build them beyond. The Career Development Webinar Series is certainly a great example in that the series provides virtual workshops led by TC graduates for TC graduates. So again, it's graduates helping graduates. Here again, some of the recent past series covered issues as personal branding, networking, career transition, and certainly a very important topic over the last 18, 19 months or so is managing virtual teams as we all kind of live in this virtual space as we're meeting today. The series certainly serves as a great opportunity and a way to build your career, develop or sort of increase your job searching skills, as well as to sort of reach out and ask alumni presenters their direct kind of insights and provide you with sort of their own experiences that way. All of you are welcome all the time to each of these. So again, it is a great opportunity for you. And because we realize that people's lives are so busy and obviously time zone changes and implications like that, we archive just about all of the webinar series and make them available via, again, our event archive page. So that, again, you can tune in when it's more convenient for you.
Absolutely. And definitely those have been very successful.
Oh, yeah.
And I would say that the other, really exciting news, if you haven't read about it yet in our newsletters, is the newly reimagined Career Services Office, which has rebranded itself as TC Next. So this is a particularly exciting development and part of President Bailey's strategic priorities in creating better pathways for the student experience, right? So the mission of TC Next is to empower students and alumni, providing them with skills, resources, and opportunities to plan and navigate their chosen career paths. And this is intended to start at day one at TC and to continue beyond. So they have made a strong commitment to providing resources to alumni, and those now include the opportunity to meet one-on-one with a career advisor in the TC Next office, and also access to some of their courses that they're providing, professional development, opportunities to fine-tune skills, and these are offered through the Canvas LMS. And if you haven't accessed this yet, you can do so by logging into your My TC portal, which I realize is actually probably worth its own slide, and we don't have one dedicated to it. But if anyone has questions about accessing My TC portal, the alumni page, all you need is your uni to log in here. So if you have any questions about that, definitely reach out to us, and we'll make sure you're accessing all the links available on the My TC Alumni portal.
Sure, and thank you, Rosella. Certainly continuing with that and sort of building on what Rosella was just referring to, certainly one of the most, I'm going to reiterate, one of the most valuable kind of employment resources is your unlimited access to the career services or career resources portal. You can use the portal to search for jobs. You can use the portal to seek out employees for within your own workplaces and so on. And you'll find information about upcoming recruitment events and career fairs via this, again, very important source, as Rosella already mentioned, the portal.
Absolutely. And I would say that while the portal is unlimited, unfortunately, the career advisors in the TC Next office couldn't make themselves sort of available on an unlimited access, but they do provide at least a couple of one-on-one sessions for alums. And after that, the way that we're hoping to continue to support alumni is through the creation of this career coaches group. So we've put together a bench of qualified and professional career coaches. And you can, I encourage you to click here on the link. These slides will be available for download, and also if you'd like to request them from us directly. But the page of career coaches, which I'm sure you'll also see coming up in the chat feature here, is a really great way for you to connect one-on-one with a career coach and embark on some thought-provoking and creative, questions, the process of inspiring you to really reach your maximum potential, both personally and professionally. And you have access to these professionals at discounted rates as a TC alum. So we definitely encourage you to take advantage of that as well. It's especially a good resource when you're not quite sure where you want to go next in your career. So this has been something that I think has been a really great tool for our alumni to take advantage of. Oh, sorry. And then it's me again, talking more about just a reminder of how we're connecting. And I would say, again, the best and most reliable way to find out information about what's happening at TC, from events to news, is to follow us on social media. As I mentioned, we do send out alumni emails from time to time. Tuesdays is the day we send out emails about events. So I encourage you to sign up for those. But you can also connect with us directly and connect with fellow alumni directly on our Facebook groups that we have for regional groups. We also have built out some affinity groups on LinkedIn, which we'll talk a little bit more about as we get into the Getting Involved section. But I also just want to make a plug here for when you're building out your LinkedIn profile, which I know more and more TC alumni do every day. The number of TC users on LinkedIn has grown by leaps and bounds since I started at TC, which is super exciting. But we encourage everyone to go ahead and officially mark their credentials for Teachers College Columbia University. When you select the school sort of in its official entity, you also get our ligature there to pop up next to your degree credentials. So that would be a really great way to not only show your TC pride, but also let folks know that you earned your fantastic career in education at Teachers College.
Great. Yep. Now, Charlie, last year we launched kind of a redesigned, restructured alumni volunteer program which we had worked on for a couple of few years prior to it being launched. And we want you to certainly join us, you again, all the alumni, to help shape this new alumni experience. Now, whether you want to plan some type of regional event, kind of meetup, if you would, a TC meetup, or you want to help amplify the college's social media presence, if you would, or engage with current students, there's certainly a great number of volunteer opportunities for you. And again, we're a diverse, passionate, well-educated group of folks that are very proud of where we went to school and sort of are connected for life. So we look to kind of build on all of you, that strong community that we all have.
Absolutely. And I think that's something that's so exciting about this re-envisioned model of the Alumni Association is the ability for us to be able to bring in even more alumni, get more alumni leaders and volunteers involved around the world. So if you're interested in helping us to expand in one of these areas, we have 3 official committees that are currently taking members, which is our Alumni Experience Committee, the Regional and Affinity Groups Committee, and our Young Alumni and Student Engagement Committee. And I would say that the latter 2 are probably a little more self-explanatory in the things you might be doing if you were to join the Regional and Affinity Groups Committee or the Young Alumni and Student Engagement Committee. Alumni Experience is helping us to think about the alumni experience, to think about the kinds of resources and opportunities that are available, and also to help us think about that alumni volunteer experience. So as Carmine mentioned, there is certainly a wealth of wonderful folks to connect with and opportunities to build your own network through your work, but also to really help shape the alumni experience. And something that I'm so excited about this year is we're really finally moving our affinity groups in our identity-based affinity groups forward in a very meaningful way. So we have identified leaders for the Black Alumni Network Development Group, and we're excited to be recruiting members to join this group to help us shape the kinds of resources and programs we'll bring to alumni in this community. And we're also trying to recruit some leaders to help us in really launching the sort of IRL, the in real life versions of our Latinx, LGBTQIA, and Asian and Pacific Islander networks. So if you're interested out there in joining one of these groups or helping us to lead one of these groups, please reach out and let us know. And if you're in a region that you would like to get involved in, reach out to us, let us know how you've been involved, what you're hoping to see in your sort of neck of the woods, if you will. And if there's something that you're interested, a different identity-based group or another affinity group that you would like to help us build out, please contact us, because the opportunities to connect with alumni in meaningful ways is certainly here. We just want to know what are the best ways that we can bring those to the alumni population in the most meaningful way.
Sure. Now, again, in terms of
More nuts and
remaining,
bolts now.
yeah, nuts and bolts. That's where I come from. So again, to sort of stay connected in different ways. Obviously, one of them, particularly if you're more, I guess, local to the physical space of Teachers College, Columbia University, is to attain an alumni ID card. And again, once the campus reopens for alumni and visitors, you'll be able to access TC, as well as the Morningside, the TC library, I should say, as well as the Morningside campus libraries, and conduct any kind of research you might or engage in reading there. You can also note that alumni have access to various online journals through those libraries, as well as databases and so on, and borrowing privileges as well, sometimes with a small added fee. Your TC Alumni ID card also affords you discounts at various cultural spots around New York City, including various or different museums there might be. Now, unfortunately, again, if you don't already have your alumni ID card, this service is kind of temporarily suspended, right? COVID has suspended lots in our lives, and we're living in this sort of suspended reality. But in any event, in terms of you being able to attain an alumni ID card, that's kind of on hold, if you would. But again, the offices will reopen, and you'll be able to receive that information on our website once that becomes available and once we sort of know that alums and visitors will be allowed back on campus. The second piece is that of the Google Suite Access. And again, Google Suite Access is yours certainly for life. And it includes use of your TC Gmail address. And certainly if you were a student within the last 10 years, I'm not, but if you were a TC student in the last 10 years, although Rosella had a rub in that she graduated in 2020, your TC Gmail account, it remains the same. If you don't, you can access your account certainly as a student. You can activate your account with a uni. And again, if you need help accessing your uni or your password, just reach out to Alumni Relations. They do a great job and they're there to help you.
Thanks so much, Carmine. And I would say that just to kind of piggyback on the comments there of access to campus, certainly this is something that we hope will change soon. We had to make the difficult decision to really prioritize the health and safety of our students first and foremost, and the faculty and essential staff. For example, our team is actually working completely remotely at the moment. So, but I heard a rumor that hopefully soon we will be revisiting the policy for alumni access to campus. So let's all put our good vibes out there so that we can get alumni back to campus with open arms, because we miss having them on campus for sure. And I would say just kind of segueing onto our TC Connect here, which is another way of you being able to connect with alumni near and far around the world. It's a database that you can search by class year, by field of study, by career. And it's also a great way for you to update more than just your basic information, and also to share things like, class news type articles, your personal and professional achievements that we can share with the whole community. So we encourage folks to come online and give us an update.
Okay. So again, we sort of hope, if you would, that you're going to be joining us in creating certainly a much more meaningful alumni experience for yourself as well as for your fellow alumni. There's certainly some upcoming opportunities to share your feedback, and we do hope to hear from you. And we also invite you to update. I think Rosella kind of mentioned it before in terms of providing information, but update your contact info and opt into sharing identity-based information to help us kind of better, if you would, understand the alumni community. Again, alumni, us, that is, and better provide resources to kind of assist all of you.
Absolutely. So we hope that this quick overview has given you at least a broad sense of some of the benefits that are available. We've tried to highlight the ones that we see most used by alumni or most often asked about, but we encourage you to visit our alumni benefits page to learn more. There are other things, discounts, for example, to our continuing and professional studies courses, other ways that you can have additional resources provided to you through through the college. So we encourage you to take a look. And if you have any questions, we're always here to answer them. You can contact us at any time. And as I mentioned, we're still working remotely, but hopefully soon in the new year, I imagine that we will be back on campus, at least in a hybrid flex kind of model. But we are always available by phone and email, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. So please reach out by phone or email, and we will certainly get back to you as soon as we can. And as we mentioned, this slideshow of benefits with the hyperlinks is available in the Files tab, or you can also email us if you'd like to get a copy of it.